Hello everyone, this is Cliff. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls 2. Now we are in the pit, about to head towards the gutter. One thing about this video, I am recording the commentary afterwards, so a little bit different than normal. But I'm going to head down here, and I've already cleared out this crystal lizard. This is the area where you fall once you get past the Grave of Saints. You actually drop down those coffins and onto this bridge. Now again, like I say, the crystal lizard is on this bridge and I have killed him, and thanks to the kind of the unique way he died, I've actually had to clear out these enemies once before already. You have to be careful, these things explode if they get close to you, so you definitely want a weapon that can kind of one-shot all of these enemies. I am going to get caught in a few minutes with this group here. That one was very close, and I swung one too many times. I should have just swung on that guy, but it's kind of a rookie mistake, but that's okay. Fortunately, he doesn't explode until you actually get back up, so that's good. So I'm going to drink up just to heal up and grab this charcoal pine resin, which adds flame to your weapon. Now, if you go this way, I've already collected this miracle, but there is an item on this body. I think it's Great Heal. Probably won't be using it because I don't use miracles. So we're going to head towards this other way, and this is going to take us down kind of a long scaffolding, but this will take us to the gutter. Now there's no boss in the gutter. It's just a connecting area to the Black Gulch, which has the kind of big bad and the last primal bonfire. And we're just going to drop down some of these. It's really easier than climbing down. Grab some human effigies and kind of mess up this roll here, but get lucky and don't take any damage. See, that wasn't great. Gonna grab these. This Radiant Life Gem. Now we're, I guess, about halfway down, so we're just gonna drop down here. Nothing much in this area. Again, the camera gets a little kind of funky in this area because of how tight the spacing is, but that's okay. And this is another half ladder, so we're just going to jump off of it. Grab this treasure chest over here. It is not a mimic. So there's a token of spite, so we could actually join the Brotherhood of Blood at this point. That is the Covenant past the Chariot boss back in Huntsman's Copse. Now, okay, you'll notice a big difference in the brightness level in the gutter, and you'll notice these statues here. Now, these statues spit poison. They're not as much of a problem in this level as they will be in the next, but I'm just going to come through and destroy all of these just in case. I would highly recommend getting sort of a, for lack of a better term, beater weapon for the next area. Just a weapon that you don't mind being degraded from hitting these stone statues. There's not a lot of enemies in the next level. There's far more enemies in this level. And we get our first one right here. Most of them are of that type. It's kind of a hollow. A little bit later on you'll see hollows, and I get hit by some poison there, so just knock those out. There's nothing in that pot. Later on you'll face hollows that have dark weapons, so those guys will hit for far more damage than that last guy did. So we're just going to drop down. You have to be very careful. There are some areas in here where the floor will give way and take you into areas that you don't want to be. I'm just going to run over here and light this bonfire. That will mark us in case we die, and it'll also give us a place so that we can light our torch, which we will be using considerably in this area. One, because in the darker areas your lock-on distance is reduced, and two, it does kind of mark where you've been and the items that you've collected. Now, when I head back over here to this sconce, you'll see a platform off in front of us with some torch-wielding enemy. We will not be going there yet. That leads kind of to Havel's Set, and we don't have the item that we need to open the door to get Havel's Set. So that area, and kind of there's a area below us, actually. We will explore there, and there's an area off to the left. You see that sconce? We'll explore that at a later video. Now, I'm just going to take this guy out, and you have to be aware that his attacks are very fast, as you can see. He was able to hit me twice. Now, when I originally played through this, I didn't realize he had hit me twice. So I'm going to be very casual with my hit points for a few minutes and almost get killed. But fortunately, I noticed the error of my ways and will heal up. There are a couple of deaths in this video. They do come near the end, and both of them are completely stupid. So I'm going to take this guy out. You know, these guys are just about like any other kind of basic hollow type enemy. They don't really have a whole lot of hit points to deal with. Should be able to one-shot most of them. And so you got a guy behind me that I can take care of. Now I will take care of that statue that's hanging right there. Try to take care of everything that can poison me. Have to watch out for that. Alright, so just to test to see if that enemy is plain dead. That one obviously we'll take care of. And throughout this entire time, I still haven't noticed that I'm almost dead. So it's kind of a rookie mistake on my part. So we'll light this. The NPC invader will show up kind of on this platform that I am on right now. But I have to be over near the treasure chest, and I'll show you where that treasure chest is. I won't be getting this, the treasure chest in this place. I'll do that with the Havel set. Now see, I get hit here and hit there, and that probably should have killed me. But I realized that I was almost dead, and I'm gonna take care of those guys. Grab these items. Nothing spectacular. And you'll notice that thanks to having to destroy these kind of stone statues, that Uchigatana is taking a beating. So that treasure chest that's up on that platform there is the one that triggers the Uchigatana again at risk. That is the treasure that triggers the Dark Spirit Invasion. Again, we'll do that in a later video. So I'm just going to switch out my crappy weapon. Now, one thing I want to note is the Spider Fang. That is the weapon that we got from the Duke's Deer Freyja soul. It's kind of a poor man's version of Quelaag's Fury Sword. I've tried some experiments with it and boosted it up and added fire, and it's still not a great weapon, frankly. It does have a faster attack, and it doesn't really take as much stamina as some of the weapons I'll be using. But at the end of the day, you know, I just kind of rather hit harder, and that weapon just doesn't do it for me like the Quelaag's Fury Sword did. Now, I thought I heard something there, so I just wanted to make sure nothing was following me. I'm gonna get some life gems, or a life gem. And we're back to the start. So big loot that time. Again, we're just gonna keep on trekking, and there are some warning signs to some of the flooring may not be stable in this area. Like I say, I will take on that area at a later video. So let's get back to where we were. Alright, so enemy taken care of. We're going to drop down. You have to be careful of those two statues right there. They can do a number on you if you're not being careful. We've got one enemy right here. And we should have a prisoner enemy coming after us. Yep. And I almost let him jump on me. I'm just going to light this. And if you look behind us, there's an enemy coming down towards us, but he's moving pretty slow, so I can actually get this item and then turn around and take care of him. And again, all of that will be covered in another video. That basically is where you come from that platform that I showed you before. So I'm gonna go up here and extinguish my torch. Gotta take care of a couple of enemies. One of the guys that's coming down. And boss with here, whose attacks are very quick. Oh, I got hit again on that. So I'm going to drink up to heal up, and I'm going to run back, light my torch again. I like having that torch lit. Yeah, like I say, it does increase lock-on range. And at this point, with Estus Flask, I am one shy of having the maximum amount of Estus Flask, as well as having the maximum healing capacity of Estus Flask. So we're getting there. Take those out. There's nothing really over here. There's a message here. I'm not trying to jump to that platform. We're obviously not going to do that. We're just going to head on. Up above us, there's a treasure chest. I'm going to take this guy out with the torch first. And these enemies like to give you these poison throwing knives. They're okay in certain situations, but in general, not great. I'd far rather use poison arrows than these things. Again, a test to see if this is a mimic. If it's not, we'll just open it. Some black fire bombs. Again, nothing. I don't think there's really anything special in this area. Gonna head through here. Got some more statues. You have to be careful. You can't get kind of in a crossfire with these. Take all of this out and light the sconce. These have nothing. From there, we're gonna go up this ladder. Now that area across is just where we were at. Go up here. And we're slowly but surely getting there. We're gonna light this and head across this other bridge. That tower that's across from us with that other sconce, that will be part of the area that I'll do in the Havel set video. I'm gonna run across here. We've got a prisoner off to the left here. Not too bad. We'll set our light. And I'm gonna avoid this hole and get hit. We'll light this. Okay, so we're very close to the second bonfire, but first we're gonna run across another bridge just right in front of us. There's a couple things we can do, like this. There should be an enemy that pops out, like so. And you see the enemy across the way. We'll get him in a few minutes. We're gonna clear this little room out right here. Again, these enemies aren't too bad. You can jump on top of them. They have almost no poison. One hit usually kills them. If it doesn't, they're certainly not in a position to miss another hit. Grab this prisoner's waistcloth and open up this treasure chest. It should be the Evil Eye Shield. Wicked Eye, great shield. My bad. This does hit point absorb, like the Evil Eye ring. It's right here. So we're just not going to equip that yet. We're going to kill this and light this other sconce. And now this area with the kind of dog-like, rat-like enemy ahead is kind of an optional area. But I will show you what's here. And I just wasted that arrow. But we'll take him out from afar. Not much he can do about it at this point. Alright, so that's done. Now I'm going to light my torch. And some people tend to use all their equipment in their right hand in this. You can throw a shield and throw your bow into your right hand. But you know, as long as you're lighting these sconces along the way, this isn't too bad of an area. And now I'm going to screw up here. I'm going to try to use my bow, but I'm going to hit my other. I just totally believe that. So we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Again, if you can get behind them, they're not bad enemies. Roll through all this. We'll grab some more black fire bombs. Those are the popular items in this area. Gonna use a flame butterfly real quick. And had some problems with my mouse hovering over that other item. My apologies. And we're gonna set this alight. Now this jump coming up is actually kind of aggravating. Mostly for the fact that you're right next to the next bonfire, and another fact is because they spit poison at you. So I will get poison jumping across here, but the bonfire is close by. Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and equip my well, I'm trying to equip my poison moss and then equip my poison bite ring. Alright, so we should be good to go. Take a run across, jump, and of course we're poisoned. So I'm just going to eat that. Now, I probably didn't have to do that, and I'll show you why. The bonfire is just right around this corner. You can see it off in the distance there. So I really didn't have to do anything. I could have just gotten to the bonfire, and all that poison would have gone away. So we're gonna light those two sconces, and we're gonna light the bonfire. That's why that jump is really annoying, because I mean it's right next to this bonfire. If you should happen to miss it, you're pretty much replaying the level. All right, so at this point, I'm going to look through my equipment. I was thinking that my sword was further down than I thought it was, but my equipment is actually pretty good at this point. Now we got several paths down. Obviously we're gonna check these bare pots to see if there's anything in them. And just whiffed on that toe. Okay, so big fog wall ahead. So we're gonna be curious and get over there. I'm gonna destroy this stuff first. Pretty bad miss on that one. There we go. And obviously we'll break these pots. Okay, so through the fog wall we go. And this is the area where we killed the enemy from before. We got, for some strange reason, those statues didn't fire off. I'm assuming that I don't think all of the statues will shoot poison at you, and that may be the case with those two, but better safe than sorry. Now this enemy that's shooting out this kind of blue mist is actually non-hostile. Obviously these other enemies that are with it are hostile. The blue mist will cure your poison at the cost of equipment degradation. We're just going to leave her alone. There are some items past her if you desperately feel like killing her and going after the items, you know, more power to you. You can pretty much take her out, especially with the equipment that I've got. With arrows, she goes down pretty quickly. Let's see. Now it's time for the fun part, and this is where I screw up a little bit later on. So we're gonna drop down here. Probably not the best one to start with, because there are a couple of enemies hanging over the side, as you'll see right now, that come up and try to attack. So we're just gonna take both of them out. No big deal. Now I look across and there's an enemy coming up. Now I'm gonna wait here for a while to see if he can actually track me. Turns out that he won't be able to. So what we're gonna do is just go down a little bit more. Now, for some strange reason, I didn't switch to my Estus Slash, so I wasted one of my poison mosses for no good reason. Which sucks, because the next area is like one of the few where you actually need the poison moss stuff. We're gonna drop down slowly but surely. And we've got this guy right here. He's not a threat. Now, as we're climbing down, we're gonna get the attention of another enemy, and we'll take care of him pretty easily. So we're sliding down, and the other enemy comes in, so we can do a drop attack on him. Again, these guys do hit hard, so just be aware. They have dark confused weapons, so they could pretty much two-hit kills. Especially, as you can see, they take a lot of my hit points now. I am at this point very hollow, so that's probably one reason why it seems like they took a lot of damage. All right, so we got an item in here. Grab Dark Fog. Now these items right here, I think, contain a corrosive fluid, so I'm gonna use my pyromancy on them, because I don't want my equipment to degrade any more than it already has. And at this point, I should just jump down and got to the first bonfire in Black Gulch and called it a video, but curiosity got the better of me. So we're gonna go back up here. And also, I extinguished my torch for some strange reason. So I see that platform across. So we're going to jump here. That's got a treasure chest. Not a mimic. We're going to open. And pick up the Great Club. That's a good beater weapon, I suppose, for the next area. Now, I think I do okay here. I think I went to the center, the center platform. Climb up here. Yeah, climb up to the center platform. Alright, so you can barely see an enemy. He's going to drop off. And that is a miracle that he only takes 8 damage, because as you'll see, I'm going to drop off a couple of times and take far more than 8 damage. And I don't think I'm falling from as far. I probably should have kept that cat ring on, but I kind of made a couple of stupid mistakes with my jumping, so completely my fault. But now there's an item right there that's right in front of us that we'll be trying to get, and I thought there was another ladder down, but it turns out that it's not. I think I was getting that ladder there confused with the one that I was at. So just gonna light our torch. And this is one of the few areas where you actually have to use that thing. So I mean, I've got 2 hours of torch life, so I might as well use it. Because despite the name Black Gulch, it's not very dark. So we'll slide down here and make a very risky jump across. And this is where I get a little too bold. That turned out well, but as you are about to see, the next jump didn't. So I'm trying to jump straight across, but somehow I got the angle wrong, and that kills me. Now, keep in mind, the enemy took 8 damage, and that just crushed my health. So, take 2 is coming up. Alright, so we're back. We're just gonna, again, light the torch. Let's see. And I'm gonna switch some of these items out because thanks to dying, all my equipment has its full durability. So we're gonna run into a couple of Alright, so they're not much. Forgot about this item. Not that it's that great. It's a pile of crap. So we'll drop down here, and this platform actually leads us closer to our souls. And we'll won't have to try to do any fancy jumping, so I'm just gonna get my souls back and try to do this the smart way by jumping off. I should have just jumped off, but I tried to be fancy and roll, and as you can see, even from further down, that kills me. So that 8 damage is somewhat suspect. But as they say, third time is the charm, and I did far better this time. Alright, again, light the torch, and I just roll through that poison destroying it. We will take these guys out. And I completely ignored that item for no real reason. Don't know why I did that. We'll drop down. Drop down here. Touch this one. And do the smart thing. Run off. There we go. Much better. Now we will draw the attention of an enemy who will come up these stairs. Alright, so we got him. And for some strange reason it wouldn't select that item, so I'm going to go back up here and pick this up. Now I do something real stupid here. I jump down, and that crushes him, but it takes half my hit points. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I get hit. I get hit again. I find another enemy that this guy right here. As you can see, they do a crap load of damage, especially for enemies that aren't terribly special. So again, we're just gonna switch out and bust up some of this. Alright, mission accomplished, and this time we're not going to do anything else. We'll get all the other items that we missed in another video. So we drop down, light that sconce, grab that fragrant branch of yore, which I don't know of any other area. There's one area where I've got to use a fragrant branch of yore, but I think I got 2 or 3 in stock right now. So jump through here. Alright, this is Black Gulch. And as you can see, it's filled with poison statues. Very aggravating area. Very aggravating area. But what I'm going to do is show you one of the cool enemies, one of the few enemies period in this area. We'll bust through all of these. And again, this is where a good kind of beater weapon comes in handy. Because every time I hit those, it does a little bit to my weapons. There is actually a bonfire very close to the big boss, so you know you may not need the weapon just to bust these up, but it does help. Alright, so I'm just going to clear this little area, and you can see that pool in front of me. You can kind of see a claw sticking out of it. There is an enemy in there. If you get close enough to the pool, he will try to grab you. We will fix him up. He's actually one of the few enemies that you want to try to kill. I guess 10-shot those enemies and do away with, because they actually can carry Titanite shards. I think Titanite chunks, if I'm not mistaken. But that's for the next video. We're going to light this bonfire, and we have finally come to an end of this journey, and I apologize for the 2 deaths. They were kind of stupid, and probably drew this video out an extra 5 minutes. But next time we'll do Black Gulch and fight the big bad and light the last primal bonfire. So until next time, this is Cliff. I hope everybody takes care.